he's getting it now.
Hey everyone, welcome to Heavy Metal Customs. We're back on the 65 Galaxie 500 project, and as you can see, we have it off in the paint booth. And what we're fixing to do is got to get it all hand wiped down. But we got some spots that we body worked, so I want to get the epoxy primer sealer on them. Then we'll let that dry properly, and then we'll get the high build primer, several coats of that down before we move it back over and do our block sanding. But let me show you where we're at. Alright, after that first coat of epoxy primer, went through and done what body work we had left and refined some body work. And everything turned out looking really well. Yeah, that right there, I mean, whoever done this car before really butchered the bottom of them quarters, but I think we got them straightened out and it's going to look nice. Same way with this back panel, yeah, and the rear quarters over here. But it's all coming along just fantastic, actually. So, like I say, I'll get another coat of the epoxy primer where we've done all the body work and stuff and let it cure. And then like I say, it's time for high build. So, with all of that being put on the vehicle should be slick and very well protected from any moisture getting in and causing rust or causing Bondo to flake out or fiberglass or something like that. And that's the important part. The gentleman who owns it actually just came by. That's why I stopped and started again on the video. He's going to go get different paint because interior is a different color. So the dash, the steering column, and all the little accessories and stuff get painted differently than the blue on the outside. And yeah, so he gets that, we'll be rock and rolling. But that's not holding us up because we got plenty to do. Like I say, still got to wipe this down and get more primer sealer on it, the epoxy on there, and get that taken care of. And we're working on our other parts. Let's go in here. Yeah, see, we've done got everything for it. Base coat. There we go. We got aquamarine, tropical, turquoise. And there's a clear, and there's some more epoxy primer sealer if we need it. And that is our clear, right? No, that's our gunmetal gray for the other car. Here we go. There's our clear. Yeah, I'm getting all confused, ain't I? Urethane clear. We're using the Deltron on the Galaxie. But, go in here. Oh no, a lot of walking around, ain't it? Wearing me out. Alright, I have the doors and the fenders over here. Got to get them out, get them washed, and get another coat of the epoxy on them. Excuse me. These here inner fender wells, they just need to be washed. They'll be painted black, as well as some of the other hood stuff like the hinges and that front piece there and that piece right there will be painted black. But I get the dash washed, the steering column, and get these pieces here, the cowl, and this goes under the bumper. Got to get it washed up and get some primer under them. Get these pieces, little seal plate, need to scuff them, then go on the inside of the car. So I'm assuming they will get painted the interior color. Yeah, I need to keep that in mind. Got the headlight buckets took all apart. We'll get them painted up. We'll just paint them black because we're going to paint the core support black and they bolt into it. That'll look cool. This other stuff, yeah, horns black. And that's interior. We'll get, these have been scuffed. I just got to do a final cleaning on them and get them ready for prime. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Right now it's doing some nitpick stuff, some cleaning, and just getting stuff prepped. So stay tuned and we'll keep on keeping on. Well, I'm going through and cleaning and checking every part. I haven't washed them. It's raining outside. But what I did was took a rag and wipe them off, and I went over everything quickly with the 400 on the DA, and that fender's fine. I see no issues with this. Now this fender, run over it right quick and checked it, and we had a dent here. So I went ahead and mixed me up some filler and got it sitting on there. I'll show you how I sand that out in just a minute. Grabbed the door. This door checked out pretty good, except there's a little spot down here on the corner. And these two spots here, you can actually see them. I think there's enough filler in there to get them taken care of. But that's where the mirror went, I'm assuming, because that's the driver's door. Yeah, everything on this car, whoever body worked it before us, there's no holes for mirrors, trim, or anything. Yeah, they were just making it a slick car, so if it does get trim or anything put back on it, we're going to have to drill holes for everything. But, with something like this, guys, this is what you need. Whatever brand you like or whatever. This is going to get me down in here. I got a little 80 on it right now. And let me get across here and sand that out perfectly, the contour of this. Because as you can see, man, that thing just fits good in that groove right there. But now for something like this over here, we're just going to use some flat sanders. Let me show you how we're doing that. Alright, so what we're going to do is start with the block sander. And I'm sure you old body guys, seen one of these before. Yeah, this thing's ancient. This is my dad's. But anyway, it's good and flat. It's a good sander. I've got a piece of 80 on there. I'll start out with a piece of 80, because this right here is a flat surface. And just keep going back and forth. I will not, the dent was here, so I won't go no further than the outskirts of the dent. You don't want to start digging in, because that's not good body work. Yeah, this is something I just didn't want to use a electric sander on. I'm sure I could have took the DA and just put it up there with some 80 on it, and it would have been fine. But for a spot this small, I just don't see in doing that, and I want it perfect. This is right on top where you're going to see it. Alright, well, let me keeping on with the block sander with the 80, and then after that we'll move this little block sander with some 150 on it. Alright, now we got it knocked down with our 80. It feels pretty good. Yeah, I mean, just to look at it, it was just a little ding right there, but as you can see, that is how much was low. Now I'm just going to take my 150. Go over it, get a bunch of these 80 sand scratches out and refine it. Now I'm holding perfectly flat on there. I'm not tilting or anything like that. If you want it flat, you got to sand it flat. You know, this extra bundle off here. I can take DA and get that. Yeah, that's got that. That is done. I'll go over with some 400, and then we'll put the primer sealer on it. Alright, same with this one. You see, I've done took my stick and my 80. Got across there. Now what I'm going to do is take this piece of 150 that I got. You just roll it around here like so. just get in there and get with it. It won't take much. Let's see what that looks like. Oh yeah, feels pretty good. So, once again, I'll just go over this with the 400, and then she'll be ready to prime. And got that taken care of. Oh, in our little corner, yeah, I got that taken care of. She's all sanded down, ready to rock as well. Alright, I've got just about everything washed and ready to put that second coat of epoxy primer on. You see, things are wet. I can't leave it outside. It's raining. I literally stood out in the rain and washed all of this. But that's why they call it work. You got to do it, right? You know, all that stuff was done yesterday. But yeah, these are ready for another coat. What I'm going to do is sit in here overnight. I've got the fans on. I'll crank the heat up as well and get all the moisture dried out. The body's been washed again. The body work that I had to do back here, that's all done, and turned out very well. I was happy with that. So, cool. Now, while all of this is drying and de-watering and all of that business, I got to work on the hood. Well, my door's getting a little sticky. Alright, let's go check out this hood. Alright, I had the hood outside. I was ready to wash it and bring it in the paint booth. Casey got the top of it, but he missed underneath. Y'all see all this down through here. Yeah, I've been sanding, only trying to get it cleaned up. I'll get that plumb down the metal. And on this car, yeah, usually we'd cut it out and replace it with metal. They don't want to do that. Just fiberglass it really well and get it nice and smooth. So I'm going to get in there with my wire wheel and just clean the dog out of this and get her spotless, or say get down to the metal. Try to chunk out what rust I can with my pocket knife and whatnot. And then we'll lay some fiberglass in there, get that taken care of. Then we can wash the hood and get some more epoxy on it. We have, what is it, 3 to 4 coats of the high build primer on all the parts now. Yeah, looking really good. Now it's time to do a ton of block sanding. But before we're doing the block sanding, what I'm doing is go ahead and painting the black that I need to on the car. Yeah, I'm painting the firewall out here in the shop. There's good enough breeze through here, and it's not going to get on anything or hurt anything. It's better than pushing it back off in the booth. But yeah, the high build, I mean, look good on this thing. I got a little bit dry on the roof, as you can see, where I was stretching to get to it. But that'll block sand out without any problem. The lines of the car are looking really good. yeah, once we get all this sanded down, this thing's going to accept paint very well and be really, really pretty. One thing we are waiting on before we get this thing finalized and ready to paint, we're going to get all the chrome trim. Because as you know, the people who previously done this car welded up all the holes where the chrome trim attaches to. So we got to wear out a drill and get that all taken care of. But yeah, I mean, it's going well. I'll bring you off in the paint booth here. Like I say, that is my first coat of black. And I've got my first coat on all the parts here. I'm using this Restoration Shop Jet Black. It mixes 2 to 1. Good shooting paint. And I'm using my Scorpion gun that I picked up. Yeah, that thing works really well. Here's what we got here. All the black parts. Like I say, this is the base coat, clear coat paint. But we're going to get us like 2 really good solid coats of paint on this thing. And then I'll get some clear on her. And here's all the little miscellaneous parts. Headlight brackets, headlight buckets, the horns, and such as that. There's the hood hinges, and we got the springs, and the hood latch assembly, and all of that will be black. But yeah, let me let this cure for just a few more minutes and flash up good, which looks like it's doing great. And I'll get to mixing up, and we'll shoot some more black. Alright, get all the black done, and the clear on there. Boy, that is shiny. That is shiny. A jet black looks really nice. With all these parts turned out, I mean, fine. They all look really good. Really happy with that. Yeah, my horns look really sharp. But cool. And let me show you where we're at on the car itself. Because I have some explaining to do on how the primer lays and why we use the high build primer. Alright. Who's that guy and what he's doing? What are you doing, dude?
Sanding, as always.
Sanding. Okay, Casey, he just likes sanding. That's all that he does. Let me get around you so I can get to the car. Alright, firewall turned out great. Yeah, we're happy at that. But here's the deal, guys. It's just steps of body work. Of course, you know, you get the car all down, then you do the epoxy sealer, do your body work, then another coat of epoxy sealer, and then the high build primer. As you can see on this door that we got done. We got, what we put on, 3 coats or 4?
I think it was 4.
I think it was 4 coats of high build primer. Laid it on there good and thick, letting it cure proper between coats. I think it was about a 15-minute cure time between coats?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, roughly like that. And the big reason is for the high build primer, you can go through and block sand it and get the car super straight and super smooth. The other reason for high build primer is so you can find trouble spots. And I guarantee you, if you're working on an old car that's been through the mill, then you better shoot some high build primer and block sand it, because you're going to find dents and spots that you did not see before. Now look at the top of this quarter panel right here. See how nice and smooth that is, and the same color consistency all the way across. Well, I block sand that out yesterday by hand, and I mean it is as smooth as silk. We're down to 400 and that's fine. But as you start going up, you see I've circled this spot here. I don't know if the camera can pick it up or not, but there's something on the lens right there. Don't pay attention to that. Wipe that off. It ain't coming off. Anyway, you'll notice darkness in here. There's a color difference. You can really see it across the roof. There you go. See that dark and how it is light across that? Well, I've done sanded over this whole roof, right? I mean, I'm going to sand some more because I've really piled it on heavy on the roof. But there. There's 3 little dents. When you sand flat across it with a block, and you'll have the light colors around here, and then that dark spot, the dark spot is a low spot. So a big reason of the high build primer is to find your low spots. Now once all this car is sanded down and block sand out, we'll find all the low spots. Of course, we'll go in there, 36 grit, grind them out real good, and put your filler in there, get that redone. And then after all of that, once you get everything perfect, what I like to do is come back with a coat of sealer and seal the whole car one more time, do a recheck, and then get ready for paint. I know that sounds like a big process to go through, but you're going to do it either one or 2 ways. You're going to do it right, or if you don't do it right the first time, you're going to have to redo it, which in case, I mean, look at this car. This is what's going on here. But enough yapping, I just wanted to explain that to everybody, because a lot of people skip the high build primer process, and man, it'll really show you where all your little mistakes are. But let's get back to it, and let's everybody be like Casey over here and just keep sanding. All right, so the whole car, every piece, has now been block sanded. And I gotta say, came out a lot better than I thought. I see nothing on the quarter panels that look bad. I have a little spot up here on top. Of course, some spots we showed you. Yeah, I've done taken 40 grit and sanded these low spots. And then took me a little rag and some alcohol and wiped them off so I can go ahead and put some filler on it. It will not take much at all. And a couple of spots on the other side. Let's see, the hood. I will deal with the hood later. It's going to have a run back down through here where the dotted rusted holes were. Try to refill them and see if it'll take this time. And got a little low spot right there. But for right now, I'm just going to continue working on the main part of the body. And since the trunk is sitting up here, I've got a couple small spots to get on it to level it out perfect. But yeah, we're getting her done, and old car's looking good. Say, you can look down through there, and I mean, she's nice and straight. Yeah, not bad at all. Surprised me I didn't find no dents in the roof on this side. One here. That's it. And of course that one there, but as far as the roof goes, that's it. Yeah, quite surprising. Yeah, but all of that's cool. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and mix me up some filler and hit these spots. Like I say, it's just a light coat. These were just barely low spots. Yeah, I'm going to have to walk over this. Standing there telling y'all what's up. I found some spots on this side. Let me go ahead and grab me a block and hit that again. What I do, I take a block of 80. Let me see if I got it and I can show y'all. Here we go. Old Mac Tools block I've had for 100 years. Grab my rag. I suspect we got 2 dents over here, so I'm going to show y'all how I get that suspect in custody. I think we got one here and here. Oh, let's just wipe this area off like that with the rag. A little hard to do this with one hand. I know I got a camera stand, I ought to use it, right? Nah. Okay, and where, there's a dent right there, I know there is. But what I'm going to do is just take this and hold it flat. Not to tilt it or anything like that. We're just going to go over that. Excuse me. I hope y'all can see how that is. See the big scratches? And then there's no scratches in the center of that spot right there. That is a dent. And I think this one is too. No, it's sanded out. I'll re-hit that with 400. But that's definitely a dent. We're going through here and look just as close as we can. Yeah, I didn't see any earlier, but we got that one. Not too bad. Yeah, may have a little one there. Yeah. Do have a little one there. Then we got this one right here. Alright, let me take my 40 and grind them out. Then I'll get ready to lay some filler. Got all that. Got my filler on the bad spots. All over. Yeah, it wasn't too many. Glad I found them other two in this side of the roof though. Yeah, I went ahead and put some in here. I'll try to get this a little smoother. I run my hand across here and I felt a couple little bumps. So I'm going to redo that section right there. Actually, I cut one of my sanding blocks so to fit that contour of this here. So that's cool, and I do have my round sanded block. But yeah, she's coming along nicely. Well, everyone, I think this thing's going along pretty good. We've run into a couple little bumps in the road there that we didn't anticipate, but we're taking care of it. And that's just how it goes. You know, your body work, you seal, you put on some high build primer, you sand, you find your bad spots, so on and so forth. It's just part of the job. But, as far as for this video, I think we're just about out of time. I know this one's gotten out there a little bit, and I'm trying not to make them too long. But, hope y'all enjoyed what we did do to the Galaxie this time, and keep your eyes peeled because no stress, I'll be back out here tomorrow morning working on this thing again. I'll let that filler dry overnight and set up. I'll come out here tomorrow and sand it. Gotta love sanding. If you don't need to be in this business. But anyhow, appreciate you watching. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you would, throw us down some comments. If you're able, hit us up on the super thanks. And please like, share, and subscribe. Again, appreciate it much. Until the next one, we hope that everyone has a fantastic day.